There's something really attractive about SEO, especially for new businesses, because the prospect of getting free organic traffic to your Shopify store, for example, is something that's pretty alluring, right? Everybody would love to rely less on paid advertisements, especially with how expensive Facebook ads are getting these days. But there are some problems with SEO that typically trip up new businesses. So, for example, SEO tends to be very expensive. The average outsourced SEO plan, if you wanted to hire a marketing agency to do this for you, is about $3,000 a month, according to Ahrefs. And in general, if you want to try to do SEO on your own, it's pretty complex, right? There are a lot of moving pieces when it comes to technical SEO, on page and off page SEO. And by the time you start digging into the details, your head can start spinning a little bit. So, oftentimes, a lot of e commerce brands, especially when they're getting started out, just give up when they face down that complexity. And then finally, it is a long term strategy. So lots of new brands are looking for ways to grow their business quickly. And when they realize that SEO doesn't quite have the same immediate payoff that paid advertisements bring to the table, they can again sort of give up after a short amount of time of investing a little bit into this strategy. So obviously there are some problems with SEO for e-commerce companies, but the reality is that 43% of all e-commerce traffic out on the internet comes from organic search. A lot of people don't realize that. So if you as a business owner are getting less than that amount of your traffic to your website from organic search, you're kind of falling behind your competition by definition because you're probably paying for traffic that other brands are getting for free. So SEO is super important and it is something that you should be investing in if you are a serious business owner. But how do we face down these problems that I outlined? The cost, the complexity, and the time that it takes for SEO to produce results. Well, at my company, Boardroom, we set out to solve this problem by developing an application that puts together a simple SEO workflow that can help you implement a 3-step process for producing organic traffic more quickly than you might on your own. And so today I want to give you a little demo of that application. I've shown bits and pieces of this workflow in previous YouTube videos, but I thought it would be worthwhile to create one video that shows the whole thing end to end. So without further ado, let's jump in and take a look at the Boardroom app and how it can help you implement SEO. All right, so let's jump on in. And the first thing I wanted to do is just kind of flash this slide up on the screen. If I could distill SEO for e-commerce down into a 3-step process, this would be it. Step 1 is to research and identify promising keywords. Keywords are just the search terms that your customers are entering into Google. Step 2 is to consistently create great content that targets those keywords. And content is king when it comes to SEO, so you want to really emphasize creating high quality content. And then step 3 is to build trust for your website, primarily through backlinks. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. All right, so now I'm going to open the Boardroom app here. And first, what we're looking at is the Boardroom homepage. And just as a quick mention, Boardroom is more than an SEO tool. We actually called it Boardroom because we set out to build sort of a digital boardroom for your e-commerce business. So we combine the most often used application functionality, especially for Shopify, into one dashboard. So we have a reporting tool, an analytics, a customer segmentation tool here, and lots of other fun things inside of Boardroom. But we are focusing on SEO today. And like I said, the first step in that 3-step process to generating organic traffic is to research and identify promising keywords. Now to do that, I'm going to come here into the menu. Under AI tools, I'm going to click keyword research. And that's going to take me to this keyword research AI page within Boardroom. So this tool is really simple but very powerful. All I need to do is type in a potential keyword that is relevant to my brand. So let's say I had a sort of online ski shop where I was selling snowboards and skis and maybe related products like that. I could just type in a term like snowboard into this and then click generate. Now, what Boardroom has done very quickly is come up with a list of dozens of potential keywords that I may want to target for my brand. When I'm evaluating these keywords, there are really three main criteria that I am evaluating them against. First, high monthly search volume. Obviously, I don't want to target a keyword that is only being searched maybe even 720 times a month. That's a little light. Second is relevance. So I want to make sure that I'm targeting keywords that are actually being searched by my customers. Now, this AI tool is great to help you with relevance because it takes this term that you've entered and it gives you a bunch of permutations of things that people are really searching on Google. So if snowboarding is my niche and my products are related to snowboards, these keywords are going to be fantastically relevant to my customers. And then third, and maybe most importantly, I want to target keywords that have a low ranking difficulty, right? So this is sort of an evaluation of how competitive each keyword is when it comes to Google search. So we have this column here, SEO ranking difficulty. It's a standardized score from 0 to 100 that's going to give me a sense for how many other people are targeting this keyword and therefore how easy or difficult it would be to rank on the first page of search results. So the lower the number here, the better. And in fact, what I may want to do is just sort by this column so that the easiest keywords here are appearing at the top. And now we can see that I've got some promising keywords here. Snowboarding fitness has 1,600 monthly searches, very low advertising competition, and SEO ranking difficulty. So this is like the sweet spot right here. Advertising competition is important, but it's really more of a measure of how many people are advertising for a keyword as opposed to attempting to rank for it on Google. So more important is the SEO ranking difficulty. But let's say I like a few of these keywords, and I really do. What I might do is click this star icon, which is the favorite button here in Boardroom. And this is going to drop those keywords down into my list of favorites. So I can see those keywords are preserved here. And now I could type in a different search term up here, maybe skiing, and click generate and create a new keyword search report. And I could just keep building this list of favorites over time. And that's going to help me build my content creation plan. Okay, so that's how Boardroom can help you with step one, identifying promising keywords that are relevant to your industry, high in monthly search volume, and relatively low in competition. But now the next step, step two, was to consistently create great content. Now let's see how Boardroom can help you to do that. To get started, I'm actually going to just come right down to one of these keywords and then click Create Blog Post. That's going to take me to our blog post creation page. On the left side of this page, I have my previously created blog posts organized by drafts, scheduled posts, and already published posts. And on the right side of the page, I have a short little form to create a new blog post. So Boardroom uses AI to give you a first draft for each of your blog posts. And you can see here that our primary keyword for SEO is filled in from the keyword research page. So all I have to do is enter in a topic for the article. For example, maybe the topic is snowboarding as a form of fitness. Maybe the title is snowboarding a form of fitness? I can enter my desired word count. I can enter a tone for the AI to use, and then any additional instructions. And I recommend you get really creative with this text box because the AI is great at following instructions. So you could, for example, tell the AI to mention your brand name or link to a specific page on your website, and it's going to go ahead and do that for you. I'm just going to leave it blank for now and click Generate Blog Post here. And we've developed a proprietary AI prompt here at Boardroom, which guarantees you a high quality blog post every single time. And so here on the left now, the AI has finished writing the first draft of this blog post, and we can see it right here, which is pretty cool. But if I come down, I can click Open SEO Editor. Now, if you remember, One of the first things I mentioned is that you should focus on creating really high quality content, right? So, what I don't recommend you do is just copy and paste this onto your Shopify blog and call it a day, right? You always want to improve upon the quality of the output that AI has generated. Now, on AI, just a note, a lot of people think that AI has sort of killed SEO or something, or that Google will not rank AI generated content, but this is not true. Google has said publicly that they will reward high quality content no matter how it is produced. So, as long as you focus on quality, you're going to be okay. And specifically, Google cares about three factors when determining whether or not to rank content. First, relevance. So, is the content actually germane to the search term that was entered by the user? Second, reliability. Is the information actually factual? And third, usefulness. So, does the information have practical value? So, just something I thought I would throw in there. Focus on those three criteria when creating content. Now, back to Boardroom. So, this AI generated post is given an SEO score by our algorithm, and it's evaluating that post based on a set of SEO criteria. So, if you don't know anything about SEO, that's okay. Boardroom is giving you a set of easy to follow tips for optimizing this post for search engines. So, for example, here we can see that this post is currently lacking a meta description. I can come over to the input tab here at the top, and I can actually just write this meta description using AI. Boom, there it is. I think this is probably going to be a little long, so I'm going to delete a sentence here. And I can come over and actually refresh my SEO score. Remember, it was 48 before I refreshed. Now it's up to 55, and we can see that these meta description tips have been satisfied. Pretty cool, right? And so if I scroll down here, I get some other tips. For example, I should be adding links to this particular blog post. That's always a good idea. So I'll go ahead and add some links, but also I need to add an image which targets my keyword in the image name and the alt tag. And this blog post should have more instances of my target keyword in the body of the post. So those are the tips that are remaining here. And if we satisfy all of those, this SEO score is going to go up to 100. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do that now and probably speed up the video while I work on optimizing this post. All right, so I just refreshed that SEO score and I can see that it's at 100, which is fantastic. So from a technical SEO perspective, this article looks good to go. But the one thing I would note is that I still want to make sure I'm improving the quality of this post as well. And so if I was really trying to rank for this particular keyword with this particular article, what I would really do is read this post critically. I would put myself in the shoes of my audience and I would ask, okay, if I were someone who stumbled upon this article on Google, would I actually stay on this web page? Does this answer the question that I'm asking in a compelling way? That's a great litmus test for any piece of content that you create. And in fact, you may want to ask a, non-biased third party or a friend to come in and read your post and give you good feedback on it. You want to make sure that you are creating content that is highly relevant, highly reliable, and highly useful. Now, as you're doing this, I want to make sure that I point out that Boardroom can help you continue to draft this post using AI. So if, for example, I come down here and I think to myself, well, this conclusion's okay, but really it could be improved. All I need to do is click this little gold icon that you see here, which says Ask AI to Write. That's going to give me a little pop-up now, and I can say, write a conclusion for this post about that summarizes the ways that snowboarding can be used for fitness, etc., etc. You can get really specific with your instructions here and click create. And then we get a little more detailed conclusion here written by AI, which is great. So if I like this conclusion, I can click insert And there we go. I get that piece of text added to the bottom. Maybe I want to delete this old conclusion in favor of that one. So hopefully that helps you understand how you can use AI in Boardroom, not just to create the first draft of your post, but also to continue perfecting that post and building it out with AI as you revise it. Now, last thing I wanted to mention here, and I think this is super important. The goal of getting organic traffic on your e-commerce website is ultimately to increase sales, right? That's why you have a business, is to grow your revenue and increase your profitability. And that's the only reason you would ever try SEO for e-commerce. Otherwise, what's the point? So in order to help you monetize your traffic, Boardroom also allows you to insert products directly from your e-commerce store. So if I come here and put my cursor where I want the products to go, and then I click Add Products here, I get a very simple pop-up that allows me to search for products on my connected Shopify store. So I'm going to add a couple of my snowboard products here. I can use these controls here to update the design if I would like to. I think I'm going to go for column orientation here, and I'm going to leave the rest of this the same, and I'm going to click Add to Blog Post. And boom, there we go. I get this little widget here containing a couple of my products from my store. So the idea is that once I get traffic coming to this blog post, I want to very easily and quickly direct these people to my product pages. And so I might even go ahead and add some text here that introduces these products. Maybe I add some transition about how my products can help with snowboarding fitness or whatever the topic of the blog post is, right? You want to make sure it's natural and that you're still providing value to your readers at all times. But this is super important because it's going to help you monetize your traffic. Okay, so let's say that I'm satisfied with this blog post and I'm ready to publish it to my Shopify store. Well, we have this Publish to Shopify button here, and if I click that, I can select my store from a dropdown. Boardroom lets you connect multiple stores if you have them, so that's why I see a list of stores here. I can choose the blog on my site if I have multiple blogs. I can add a cover image here. I can confirm my meta description, and I could click Publish Now, and this would be live on my website. Alternatively, I can also click Schedule for Later, and this is a super powerful feature because it allows you to batch your work. If you're familiar with Tim Ferriss, he talks a lot about this productivity hack. But the idea in this context is to maybe create a bunch of blog posts at one period of time and then schedule them to be published throughout the month. Now, I recommend that you publish at least 1 to 2 blog posts per week to give yourself the best chance of getting organic traffic to your website. And Boardroom allows you to sort of do all of that in bulk at one time, let's say at the beginning of the month, and then schedule those posts to be published later. And then you don't even have to think about it for a long period of time. So Boardroom can help you be super productive when it comes to content creation. So I'm just going to click Publish Now to show you that our blog post has actually been published. So if I click Go to Blog, it takes me into Shopify, and I can see that this blog post is live on my website. And here we go. We can see that real blog post is live on this real website. Pretty cool. Hopping back over to Boardroom now, I just wanted to point out that I've shown you now how Boardroom can help you with step 2 of getting organic traffic to your website, which is to consistently create great content. But step 3 is to build trust through backlinks. Now, what does this mean? Well, a backlink is when some external website decides to create a hyperlink pointing back to your website. And if that backlinking website is highly trustworthy in Google's eyes, that's going to improve the trustworthiness of your website in Google's eyes. So getting backlinks can help to improve your domain authority, which is a score from 1 to 100 that ranks your website and gives you a sense for how likely you are to rank for any one of these keywords. And getting backlinks is one of the most important ways that you can improve your domain authority. A quick note on backlinks is that you don't want to just get as many backlinks as possible. You want to make sure you're getting high quality backlinks. If you go on Fiverr, you're going to see packages where you can buy, 5,000 backlinks for your website for $20 or something like that. Trust me, don't purchase that package. It's going to contain toxic backlinks, which actually negatively impact your website from an SEO perspective. So you want to make sure you're focusing on getting high quality backlinks. Well, how do you do this? Well, Primarily, what you need to do is reach out to those high domain authority websites in your niche and pitch them on your brand, convincing them to then link back to your website. You need to provide value to these companies in some way. Now, this can be difficult, time consuming, and it can take a long time for this to actually work as you develop your pitch, but you can outsource this service. And Boardroom actually offers a backlink service through something that we call blogger outreach. And so you'll notice that on all of these published posts, we see this get backlinks option. If I click that, it takes me to this page where you can purchase backlinks for this particular blog post. Now, the way we do this is Boardroom actually has a really large network of bloggers across different industries. And so this page gives you some information about how it works. But Boardroom can reach out on your behalf, pitch these bloggers on your website, and we guarantee that we will get backlinks to your site. So it's an optional sort of premium service that we offer for our users, but it can have a tremendous impact on SEO. All right, guys, I wanted to come back on the screen and just kind of wrap this video up. I showed you how Boardroom can help you to streamline this SEO workflow and drastically decrease the complexity as well as the time that it takes to do SEO the right way. But what about the cost? Well, as I film this, Boardroom starts at just $19 a month, which is a little bit cheaper than the $3,000 outsourced SEO plan that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So hopefully you're sold on how Boardroom can help you using AI to streamline SEO. Everything from keyword research, helping you identify promising keywords that are relevant, high in search volume, and low in competition, to creating great high quality content that includes products from your store to help you monetize your traffic, all the way through to developing trust for your website through backlink acquisition with our blogger outreach service. So I think that's it, guys. My name is Charlie. I'm the creator of this app, Boardroom, and so I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments. But either way, thank you for watching if you made it this far.